Opening. Challenges have just begun. Hi, I'm Oka. After a 3-day system breakdown in the ICU, and my nervous system reconnecting, I stayed in the hospital for 21 days before being discharged. Returning home, I found I still hadn't escaped the invisible trap. Muscles continued to waste away, and pain expanded mysteriously. The primary task of this life restart is to navigate the body, this old ship, out of the trap. I have already switched, letting the old captain lead, while I served as the observing first mate. Today, I share the reality of physiological bankruptcy in the first months of rehab, a time when the light was not yet visible. Chapter 1. Static High Energy Consumption. Oka asks, which consumes more energy, jogging or pain? Oka asks, why do I feel more exhausted than jogging for an hour when I'm just sitting or lying quietly in pain? AI answers, jogging is physical energy consumption with a purposeful output, but pain is the static high energy consumption. When the body is in systematic chaos and pain, the brain is conducting a high-intensity information defense war. To process the blizzards of error signal, the brain consumes massive amounts of glucose and neurotransmitters, leading to severe neural fatigue and brain fog. The psychological energy consumed just by being alive and sitting can exceed an hour of normal jogging. Chapter 2. Systematic Leakage. Oka asks, why is my whole body discharging randomly? Oka asks, why does every move, every thought, or even the sound of my family's voices triggers intense pain throughout my body? AI answers, because of severe muscle loss. Sarcopenia, the body has lost its original shock absorber and insulation layers. Neuron Exposure causes nerve fibers to become extremely sensitive, with electrical signals short-circuiting everywhere like wires without insulation. This is systematic leakage, where a tiny vibration expands in the brain into a neural storm. At this point, the brain initiates protection underlocking. The mind goes blank. You don't want to talk, and you only want to find a posture that doesn't hurt. Chapter 3. Autonavigation Failure. Oka asks, why must movements be manually operated? Oka asks, why have I forgotten so many daily movements? Why must I consciously think through every step of sitting down or standing up? AI answers, because of the systematic trauma. The skewed highways between the brain and the muscles are broken. Autonavigation has failed. Now, the first man must use the prefrontal cortex to perform manual operation and neural rewiring line by line. Consciously thinking to move is extremely power hungry. The brain calculates with every move, will this hurt? Chapter 4, Energy Pool Deficit. Oka asks, why does the energy pool level keep dropping? Oka asks, I've done my best to rest and restart basic functions. Why am I still losing weight? AI answers, this indicates a state of physiological bankruptcy where the energy pool level remains a deficit. When there is no energy surplus, the body starts dismantling fixed assets to maintain basic life operations, further dismantling muscles to bridge the energy gap. The systematic spasm after a startle reaction, neural tsunami, can burn through remaining energy in just seconds. Chapter 5, Establishing Repair Mechanisms. Oka asks, where is the turning point? Oka asks, in the darkness, how can the first mate support the old captain? AI answers, implement things have roots and branches. First, stabilize basic functions, eating, drinking, excreting, and sleeping. I discovered that sleep was a black hole where energy could not be stored because of my body was extremely sensitive to the mattress. The slightest unevenness will wake me in pain. So I decided to replace the mattress with a latex one and provide stable support for my spinal distortion. This was the starting point of establishing a repair mechanism. Conclusion. Then is near the way. Oka asks, how do ancient thoughts verify rehab? Things have roots and branches. 物有本末. Eating, drinking, and sleeping are the roots for repairing. Acting, exercise is the branch after energy surplus. Events have ends and beginnings. 事有终始. I break daily movements into small segments, resting after each other, waiting for the next signal. Knowing what comes first and next. 知所先后. Let body signals go first when I don't want to talk or see people. The first mate immediately hides to avoid unnecessary energy drain. Then is near the way. 则近道矣. Once the logic is right, the mechanism is established. Not waking up in pain due to an uneven mattress is the starting point. Once the mechanism is established, the goal is near. Outro. During this month, I observed every tiny signal from the old captain in the dark, though the light is not yet visible. I know my partner is finding its own way out. My body is my buddy. Next episode, sharing the second month of rehab. How the energy levels begin to rise. Remember to subscribe, share, and save the playlist.